Okay, so let's get right into it. What if you had a personal treasure map? Not for buried gold, but for something way more valuable. Your greatest potential for career success and financial wealth. Well, today, we're going to unpack Zoran's framework for creating exactly that, a corporate blueprint that is totally, uniquely yours.
It really all boils down to this one simple question. Seriously, forget everything you think you know. Where on this planet are you, geographically and energetically, just perfectly aligned to thrive in your career? That's the core question we're diving into.
Now, this map, it's not just about, throwing a dart at a map and picking a city. No. It's about understanding these specific locations where your hard work will pay off the most, where the right people will just seem to find you, and where the market is basically primed to value exactly what you bring to the table.
So, the key to this whole map, our North Star, if you will, is something called the Midheaven, or the MC. Think of it like the absolute peak of the mountain in your chart. It's the part that governs your career, your public image, all your professional rewards. This right here, this is where our treasure hunt really begins.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the blueprint itself. See, the specific planets that land on your midheaven line as it stretches across the globe, well, they define the whole nature of your success in those places. Understanding this is basically like having a cheat code for your entire career.
First up, we've got Jupiter, which Zoran calls the launch pad. And for good reason. If you find a location on your Jupiter MC line, you're tapping into this incredible source of rapid professional growth, fame, and just massive opportunities. This is where things get big, and they get big fast.
And here's the direct advice that goes with it. This is your ideal zone for launching a global business, getting into publishing, or even going after a high-profile degree. It's all about expansion and reaching the widest possible audience.
Next, we have Venus on the MC, which is nicknamed the Diplomat. In these locations, success isn't about pushing or grinding. It's about attracting. It just flows to you through your charm, your sense of style, your diplomacy, and honestly, just from being well-liked. Prosperity literally follows popularity here.
So it makes total sense, right? If your work is in luxury goods, fashion, PR, or any kind of artistic field, a Venus MC location is your absolute power spot. This is where your good taste and social grace are your most valuable assets.
And then there's Saturn, the architect. Now, the energy here is different. Success is slow, it's methodical, and let's be real, it can be tough. But the payoff is absolutely immense. We're talking permanent career security, institutional authority, and an unshakable respect for your mastery.
This is the line you want for building a real legacy. Think about those long-haul corporate careers, government positions, or any field where you want to build a reputation that's going to stand the test of time. It's all about becoming the true master of your craft.
And what about the big one? The Sun. This is the CEO. In a Sun MC location, success comes from stepping right into the spotlight and just owning your personal authority. It's about being seen, taking charge, and leading from the front with total confidence.
So where do you use this? Well, this is the place to be if you're founding a company or stepping into a major executive role. The Sun MC line gives you that visibility and recognition you need to be seen as a true leader in your field.
Finally, we have Pluto, the power broker. Whoa, this is the line for success in the really high-stakes fields. We're talking finance, psychology, politics. It's where you gain this profound influence and the ability to navigate incredibly intense, transformative situations.
But, and this is a really big but, Zoran offers a critical piece of advice here. Operating in a Pluto MC location requires an insane ability to manage pressure. It is absolutely crucial to avoid the temptation of using controlling or manipulative tactics. Power here has to be handled very, very wisely.
Okay, so we've covered the career blueprint, but what about wealth itself? Just pure financial success. Let's zoom out a bit. Zoran calls this the alchemy of wealth, and it's governed by 4 key rules that use your entire map, not just that career angle.
Here they are in a nutshell. The rule of the benefics, which is all about ease and luck. The rule of the taskmaster, for security. The rule of mentorship, for people. And the rule of the treasure hoard, for property. Let's break these down one by one.
So, rule number 1 is all about finding that financial sweet spot, that pure LEs. For this, we look to the benefics, Jupiter and Venus, the good guys, on any of your map's key lines.
A Jupiter line brings this kind of ambient luck that just smooths the way, while a Venus line actively attracts money and comfort right into your personal life.
Now, what's so interesting here is how this slide perfectly frames Rule 2, the rule of the taskmaster, Saturn. It really is an endurance test. Saturn delays things, it makes you wait. But, and here's the key, it does not deny. The wealth and status you build here aren't fleeting. They are permanent and secure, built on a foundation that's totally unshakable. The last two rules bring in other crucial elements. Rule 3 is all about people. Your Jupiter descendant line, that's the DC line, which governs partnerships, is the absolute gold standard for attracting financial mentors and investors. And Rule 4 points to your IC angle, your line of home and roots, as your personal treasure hoard. It's the best place hands down for investing in real estate and building up passive income.
So, we have the map, we have the rules, now what? What do we actually do with all this information? Let's get practical and talk about a strategic flight plan. This is all about turning this wisdom into concrete, actionable moves. This is brilliant because it shows how you use different parts of your map for different financial actions. So, for a launch strategy, a high growth phase, you'd want to tap into the expansive energy of a Jupiter MC line, or even the intense drive of a Mars MC line. But for long-term security, like signing investment papers, you want that stable, secure energy of Saturn MC or Jupiter IC. See the difference? And let's look at reputation. Do you need to be seen or do you need to be taken seriously? If you need to raise your public profile and be seen as an authority, the Sun MC gives you that spotlight. But if you need to build a reputation for true mastery, the Saturn MC line will reward your hard work with that deep, unshakable respect.
And with that, we'll leave you with Zoran's final words on the matter. You know, this isn't just about piling up money. It's about building your empire with real wisdom and aligning your deepest purpose with an abundant, well-earned prosperity.
So the final question is really for you. Knowing what you know now, if you could see your own personal treasure map laid out right in front of you, where would you go first? What part of your empire would you get to work on? Definitely something to think about.